Hello everyone, welcome back to the kitchen table. Today on the kitchen table we're going to be doing a bit of a product review, but before we go any further, as is traditional on this channel, we have to share the beverage of choice, and I need all the help I can get energy wise today. So it's a good strong home roasted, home brewed coffee, so cheers. Oh yes, mess strewn everywhere as you can see. So today it's a product review of a new video transmitter from DJI that I've bought. Now, previously, those of you who are been following the channel will know that on my P2, I set up an FPV system using the DJI AVL58 video transmitter, and I've been very pleased with it. There are a couple of reasons why I chose it, and there are also a few things that I wasn't that happy with, and a product has been launched fairly quietly now by DJI that I think addresses most of the concerns I had. So AVL58, here it is, quite a heavy beast, built-in fan for cooling, so a chunky bit of kit. The main reason I bought it was obviously at DJI. It was plug and play using the FPV hub. Basically attach this cable, it handles the power and the video, and it's all done. So that was really good for somebody who was, I wasn't that confident about soldering, and it was my first foray into FPV, and so you don't want to fry things by wiring things incorrectly, and so I just thought let's go with the kind of the factory option, if you like, and plug and play, and that's been great. Really liked it. Performance wise is good. I use it with some aftermarket antennas, which I'll talk about soon, and it sits there with a sticky pad and does the job. Things I didn't like about it particularly were, well, the size and the weight of it. You can see it's not the smallest of things. It's a chunky box. There's a lot of weight just in the box. The fan, which will draw current as well, so that's going to have an impact. And it's just a bit of a beast there, really, isn't it, to sit there? You couldn't mount that kind of subtly anywhere. The other thing that wasn't ideal about it was that you got a lot of, in the package that it came with, you got everything that you could possibly need, even if you didn't need it. So in the package, you got the transmitter. You also got a separate receiver, which is great, but if you're using FPV goggles or a screen with built-in receivers, that's kind of, you're paying for nothing on that. That's kind of, I haven't used that myself because I use a Black Pearl. You also got a match set of cloverleaf style encapsulated antennas for both of these, which again, one of them possibly might be useful, but if you've got your own opinions on antennas and you want to use a particular type, again, you're paying for extras, and the full sort of wiring sets that you might need or might not, which again, if you're using the hub here, kind of surplus to requirements. Now, all that's great, but that added to the cost. The package, the standard AVL58 package, was about £140. There were some retailers that I'd seen that were kind of, I don't think it's an official product by DJI, but I think they were splitting the boxes and selling these on their own for people who just wanted those, but for more than half the price. So someone's making a bit of something on there maybe. So those were a couple of the downsides. Like I said, in terms of performance, I'm more than happy with it. It works absolutely fine for my purposes. A good, certainly very strong performance in terms of signal within the bounds of visual range. No problems at all, including in sort of areas with ground clutter and trees. So that was great. And then I noticed fairly recently, and really quietly, almost under the radar, I didn't really see an announcement of it, but I noticed that DJI have launched a new variant of this called the AVL58 Lite. Obviously spelt incorrectly, but we'll let you off. And it's light for several reasons. The first reason is because it's light in weight. You can just see the difference there in terms of, the footprint is very similar. They've just kind of obviously done something with the cooling and got rid of the whole fan and just generally made things a lot more streamlined. That has obviously had an impact on weight. And if we bring in the handy scales, which you won't be able to read from that angle, but hey, there we go. Can you see those? No. We'll weigh this on its own. 30, just under 39 grams for the original. This is obviously just as it comes. The new one, 15 grams exactly, less than half the weight. That's a fairly substantial saving. So that's fantastic. The other thing that makes it light is the price. And the reason for that is because in this kit, all you get is the new video transmitter, a bit of one side of a Velcro sticky pad, not the other corresponding bit. So that's, you know, and a connector to allow you to run it on a standalone system. That plugs into the back of the video transmitter. Then you've got a Dean's plug for your power source and a standard kind of jack plug for AV input. And that's it. No receiver module, no antennas, it's bare bones. And that means that the third reason it's light is the price. Under £40 in the UK. I got mine from an outfit in the UK called fastlad.co.uk. I'm not aware if they're an authorized sort of tier, not an authorized, a tier 1 dealer. I suspect they're obviously a tier 2 dealer from DJI, but actually I found this for £36. But certainly £36 to £39 is the going rate, which is much more palatable and I think represents pretty reasonable value. Like I said, no antennas, but the same connector type. If, by the way, you aren't sure whether you've got RP, SMA or SMA, I did actually do a little how to tell the difference video, which I'll put a link to up in this corner somewhere. So if you want to match up the appropriate antenna, I use a third-party antenna, sort of an encapsulated cloverleaf on the transmitter end from Horizon FPV antennas. It's their Nimrod 5.8, and it's RP SMA to match this, and obviously because it's the same connector, it will just fit on with that. But I think you can see that's a much neater unit than this chunky thing. Other than that, you don't get anything else in the packet, so no instructions. So whether they're assuming that you're going to be sort of upgrading from one of these, but I'll just basically, the only control you have on there is this little recessed button here. There, you can just hear that going, and a little LED, which is pretty much the same as there was on here, a recessed channel switch, which is what it is, and an LED. And basically by cycling through this, you change the channel, and it's a slightly convoluted way of doing it. Basically it's a two-color LED, yellow and green. So as it says, yeah, channel 1 will flash yellow green, channel 2 will flash yellow yellow green, channel 3 will flash yellow green green, and so on. And channel 8 is yellow yellow green 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 green. So yeah, not brilliant, but not outrageously difficult. And it's one of those things that once you've set it, it's there really. You can just change your receiver. So the main thing as far as I'm concerned though is it's still got this DJI AV port at the back, which means that with the FPV hub, the same cable, you plug that in and you're ready to go. So this is literally will have taken me 30 seconds to swap out. New sticky pad or Velcro on the bottom, wallop, and then we're ready to go, which is fantastic news. So I think this is the ideal video transmitter to get if you are looking to get FPV on your P2 and you want to use either goggles or a screen with a built-in receiver. There's now no need to sort of swallow the extra expense of buying the receiver with the original one. You get a weight saving, you get similar performance, in fact I think it's identical performance, and you get the plug and play capability, and in a package that's all you need. I think that's really good. Quite how they've done it, I don't know. Why this one felt that it needed a massive cooling fan and this one doesn't. Well, I hope that you know, the lifespan of it won't be affected by that. I'm going to mount mine fully externally, so that will obviously help with cooling. As I say, there's no data sheet. I can't find any data on it on the DJI website either. So I'll kind of start running it from now on and let you know if I encounter any problems. But certainly, I think for those who want to have a plug and play, no solder solution for FPV, this is now the way forward with your P2. Using the FPV hub, which is again something that's only £7 or £8. Click, click, you're done. So well done DJI, I think. Like I say, I've bought that for about £36, £37. That seems to be about the sort of prices you can get. Look around, as ever. Thanks indeed for your time. I hope that's been useful, and I'm about to go and think about putting this on the 450, which is where it was bought for in the first place. So till next time, thanks very much for watching, and we'll see you again soon back on the kitchen table. Cheers.